edition of VetsPlusSports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my co-host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing this morning? This is a Monday morning because of me. I had some homework to do last night, but here we are. I'm going to let Beans give a shout-out before we get in this episode.
Yes, we'd like to go ahead and give a shout-out to our listeners, the ones we have on radio, and also the ones that come out and watch the live. Thank you for giving us your undivided attention. And for those that come and watch the replay, thank y'all for that. Like I said, on our live shows, we had a lot of European cities that's just showing up. I mean, like, Vets Plus Sports has gone worldwide. Well, I did say Paris, France. I still did not learn the city in Australia. I was supposed to learn the pronunciation. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna learn it. I'll have it for next time." No, I didn't. But we like to thank y'all for listening.
And thank everyone for tuning in. We got a lot to talk about over the last week. It's happened. I will go with baseball. We'll start with baseball first. I'll run through it. Last night. Yeah, and y'all see a different background. I'm at the beach here in North Carolina this week. So that's the reason there's a different background than what I normally have. But all right, last night for baseball, you had the Braves beating the Rockies 11-6, and those Braves are on a roll. You had the Twins beating the Blue Jays 4-3, the Yankees over the Orioles 11-3, Pirates over the Reds 1-0. Astros over the Red Sox 3-1. You got the Nationals over the Brewers 3-2. Phillies over the Marlins 7-2. You got the Rays over the Giants 2-1. Dodgers over the Cardinals 4-1.
Yes, I need to schedule.
Cubs over the Diamondbacks 8-4. Athletics over the Guardians 7-1. The Mets over the Angels 5-1.
The first one I would
Padres over the White Sox 4-3. The Royals over the Mariners 4-1. Tigers over the Rangers 7-1.
All right, and then the second one I need at 3:30.
We'll get here in the
from 106 to Burger King on Harper Road.
The Yankees are still leading that division by a game and a half over to Tampa Bay. Yankees are 23-11. Tampa Bay is 21-12. Going over to the Central, you got a tie in first place right now. We got Detroit and Cleveland. Both are tied at 18-17. A game and a half out. You can say in third or second, however you want to look at it. The White Sox are a game and a half out behind those two. Getting over to the West in the American League, the Athletics are leading, which is shocking. That division, they're 18-6. Everybody else is under 500. 2 games out is the Rangers right now at 16-18. Getting over to National League in the East. Like I said, the Braves are on a roll right now. I'll have to check something out here in a minute. See if something is true. You got the Braves leading at 25-10 in that division, and Miami is under 500. They're 8.5 games behind Atlanta. So then in the Central, you got Chicago leading that division 22-12 with the St. Louis Cardinals. Get this, man. This division has flipped it around, okay, in the Central. Because you got the Cubs at 22-12. All right. Cincinnati, St. Louis are tied in the second spot at 20-14. All right. Then get this, going on down in that division. The Brewers, 18-15, above 500. Guess who else is above 500? The Pirates at 19-16.
Okay.
So that division, when you usually have one or two doing good and the rest are doing bad, now. So, and I'll tell you what, our boy from played for the Mountaineers, J.J. Weatherholt, he is tearing it up his rookie season. I think in his first month of baseball, he had either 6 or 7 home runs as a rookie in the first month.
Dang.
So he's been tearing it up, doing pretty good. Going out west, you've got the Dodgers leading that division by half a game on the Padres. The Dodgers are 21-13, and the Padres are 20-13. That is a rundown. Let me go just check something out. I seen something there. Let's see. I didn't know. Yes. Acuna Jr. Remember the one that got hurt before for the
Yeah.
break year before last? He is on the IL with a hamstring strain. I seen that come up, and I wasn't for sure if that was fake news. That's when I was doing my homework last night. It popped up when I was trying to do some research for one of my.
Right.
But that they did put him on the IL. Let's see, and other than that, that is it as of right now, as far as the baseball goes. We'll flip on over here to some hockey since they're in the playoffs. And you're not going to believe this. I don't know if you've seen this from this score from last night. Okay, this is just mind-boggling. They're in the second phase of the playoffs. Okay, I say second phase, second round or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me bring this score up. Game 1. Okay, of the West second round. Game 1. The Avalanche and the Wild. Guess what this score was?
Was it a football score?
Avalanche beat the Wild 9-6.
Football score.
So, and then you had the Canadians beating the Lightning. This was Game 7. The Canadians took Game 7 to move on to the second round in the East. Canadians beat them 2-1. So tonight you're going to have Game 2, the Flyers and the Canes. Right now, Carolina leads that one 1-0. And then you're going to have a Game 1 of the Ducks and the Golden Knights of the West of the second round. Is what we got going on right now. And you want to mention anything? I'll let you mention anything with the women's NBA before we get to the NBA.
Cool beans. Right now, I have nothing really going on. I do have something going on in the WNBA. This connects the WNBA to the NBA. And it is weird. It's all gossip. It was all on. I was watching podcasts earlier before we got on and stuff. And one of the podcasts I watched is the Ben Daniels podcast. Shout out to Ben Daniels. But he had found some stuff out. Okay, the Atlanta Dream last night played who they played? They played the Washington Mystics in what you call it. And they also had, but this is all flow in Detroit. In Detroit, where Detroit Pistons played Orlando Magic in Game 7. Now, that is important because they was trolling Angel Reese, because Angel Reese's ex-boyfriend, Jalen Duren, plays for Detroit, and her current boyfriend, Wendell Carter Jr., plays for Orlando. And every time Wendell got fouled and he was going up to make foul shots and everything, they was chanting Angel Reese, and he was bricking his shots.
No way.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds you of the Tony Romo incident years ago when he was dating, what's her name? Remember that?
Oh, was it Jessica Simpson?
Jessica Simpson. And then when they broke up, he'd go on the road, and then they had all the Jessica Simpson heads on the stick. You gotta love the fans.
Yeah, you got it. But now, as far as the WNBA, even though it was preseason, the Atlanta Dream, and I was checking out the highlights. I didn't check who won that game, so let me look that up real quick. But Detroit played not Detroit. I'm just so into that. The Atlanta Dream played the Washington Mystics, and I was so hyped up on the Washington Mystics during their draft and everything. But I want to know who won that game. And let me see. Hold up. For some reason, I can't spell and talk at the same time. It's not working. I misspelled Atlanta. There we go. Here we go. And the winner of that game is, before I even say it, because I believe actually the Mystics won that game, but I didn't catch the score. Yeah, the Washington Mystics did win it 83-72. Angel Reese still having trouble doing layups. She still tried to shoot a layup and hit the bottom of the rim. And the bad part was Angel Reese. I know we sort of dog her out when but I mean like it's not like intentional picking. I mean like she actually done this stuff and we actually bring it out. But when she made a layup, it was so bad. She actually made the layup and they called it a turnover because she double dribbled. I'm like, how does that happen? She dribbled, she stopped, she did all this, and dribbled again, went around and made the layup, but it was like double dribble.
That is so funny. That is so funny. All right. Moving on, here's a little bit of stuff talking about in the NBA. You got the playoffs going on. I'm going to go back up. Here it is Monday morning. I'm going to back up to Friday. I'm going to talk about a game here. It's the Lakers beating the Rockets to win that series in Game 6. I don't know what to think about this series, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Rockets, Durant was out, which probably maybe would have been a different turnout. I don't know. The announcer said you look at the Rockets now, they're playing better ball, more team ball because Durant wasn't in there. But then you look at the Lakers, they had 2 of their players out. Luka didn't play the whole series.
Yeah. Austin came back towards the end.
Rivas came in, the second, third game of that series?
Yeah, I think it was third game he came in.
Yeah, so, but it was just like the Lakers really should have swept them.
Yep, should have.
They should have, but they didn't. But now the Lakers moved on. And then we get to Saturday's games here. This was a shocker to me. I messaged you on this.
Yeah, you did.
The 76ers knocked out the Celtics in Boston for Game 7, 109-100. It was like, I mean, I didn't watch none of these games, so I don't know if there was any injuries or foul trouble or what. The Celtics, man, they had that. Embiid was not in. He didn't play to the 4th game of that series?
Yep.
And they would let them hang around enough to knock them out in Game 7. I tell you what, I think this year's NBA playoffs has probably been the most surprising playoffs to have 7 seeds knock out or 2 seed or a 6 seed knock out a 3 seed. Usually you have your 1, 2, and 3 seeds. I mean, they may go to a Game 6, but usually over in Game 5. But to have the Pistons, they finally pulled it off and beat Magic, but Magic about knocked the Pistons out.
They did, and they should have. In fact, I was going to tell you that because I had 2 things on that. It was like 2 things. It's like, and I hate this for your boy. And I was going to write an article on it last night, but I messed around and been lazy, and part of my article came true today because both teams made history. Orlando was up on Detroit 3-1. Boston was up on Philadelphia 3-1. And both teams came back. It was the first time in NBA history that a team down 3-1 has ever came back.
But it happened twice.
Yeah, it happened twice this series this year. And I'm like, those coaches need to be fired. I was like, because they made history, but you made history in a bad way. That's bad history. We don't want that. And the Orlando Magic, they fired Jamal Mosley this morning. He already got fired, so I don't know about dude in Boston. I know he's I cannot think of his name right now. Joe Mazzulla.
Mazzulla. They ain't gonna fire him. I don't think they'll give him another year or 2.
They might, because Joe Mazzulla does have what Jamal Mosley didn't have. He does have a championship belt under his tenure. Yeah. Jamal Mosley didn't have that for Orlando, so he was fired.
And then here's the thing: Cleveland struggled with the Raptors. Go to a Game 7, and Cleveland had to pull it off last night.
Yeah, but see, that series to me was boring, and it just went like it's like whoever the home team was, the home team won every game.
Yeah.
Nobody, the Wayne team never won in either one of those games, which to me spells trouble for Cleveland because Detroit gonna tear to light them up.
I don't know. Depending on what Detroit team shows up.
I know if this Detroit team that was struggling with Orlando shows up, Cleveland might have a chance, but Cleveland can't win on the road.
No, they can't. Now, here's my question to you. All right, tonight, is your Knicks going to overlook these 76ers?
I'm hoping not. The Knicks got them some rest. The Knicks had them a very championship run on the Atlanta Hawks when they beat them by 51 points. I'm hoping some of that energy, they can save some of, they bottled up some of that energy, and they use it on Philly tonight.
But their Achilles heel is out. Knicks' Achilles heel is out. The Celtics, they're out.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I needed Orlando to also put out Detroit. I really wasn't worried about Boston as much as I was worried about Detroit. But Orlando did not do my job. It's one of those things where you got to do your dirty work yourself.
Well, your Knicks go at it with the 76ers tonight at 8 p.m. And then at 9:30, you've got the Timberwolves and the Spurs. Who you think? Who you got on this one? You would think the Spurs, but
I know
Timberwolves have been playing some good ball. It looks like
it is, but Anthony Edwards went down during that last series with the Nuggets and stuff. If he's still out, I'm giving it to the Spurs. The Timberwolves cannot. They finished off the Joker in them without him, but I don't see that happening without him in this one.
All right, then tomorrow night, the Lakers and the Thunder. Now, how long's Luka out?
I don't know.
Is it a hamstring?
Something like that. It's something weird. It's something like it's an injury, but it's not an injury. It's one of those like, just ice it up and wrap it up. Just get on in there. It's one of I'll put it this way. If you or I had it, we still got to go to work. They got it. They don't have to go. Look at the paycheck difference. We're over there sitting at 60,000. They over there making millions a year, but they don't have to go to work, and we do.
So you think the Lakers can pull it off in this series?
I think that's gonna be sweep number 2.
Sweep who?
I see. I see
sweeping the Lakers.
Yeah, I say OKC sweeps the Lakers. If there's no Luka, if Luka's not playing, that's a sweep.
Here's my thing. All right, Revis, he's a good shooter. Okay, he came in the middle of that last series. He came and he hadn't played in a month.
Mm-hmm.
If Revis can get back on to his playing ability and shooting the ball, they could probably make it a series, go to 6 or 7. But it's all going to, if Luka's not playing, it's going to be all on the shoulders, not LeBron. It's going to be on the shoulders of Revis.
Yep.
So if he's got the hot hand, which it's hard to keep that hot hand 7 games in a row. So we'll see how it turns out. I think Thunder will win that. I'd say Thunder in 5.
Okay, 4-1. I'm going sweep. No Luka equals sweep with me, but you say 4-1. Okay.
Now if Luka's playing, it could go 7.
Yeah, I will say that. If Luka's playing.
Without Luka, I don't think it will. And then you got Cleveland and Piston, the Detroit starting tomorrow. Who knows how that's going to go?
Oh, I know how it's going to go. If the same Cleveland shows up,
the same Detroit, it may go 7. That was going 7. That was going to go 7. They was like, we'll let you win at home. You let us win at home. We'll make some money.
Yeah.
But that's a rundown with the NBA. But, it's just like, it just seems like this year with the playoffs, with some of the injuries had some of it to do with it. It seemed like the 6 and 7 seeds, and even in the 8 seeds was given, well, not too much the 8 seed, but they was given fits. And well, actually, you've seen what happened. So
Right.
usually it's not like that, but this year it was. All right. Going right along here. Um, let's see. Mm. Trying to get to see here. You know, we talk. There ain't much going on in the right now. I don't think so. Let's see here. As far as college goes, I mean, nothing really. College football. Um, let's see. To really talk about. Um, and then where I was doing my paper last night for school.
Right.
I was doing it on the transfer portal and stuff, which you know I'll mention this. I think they're slowly getting the kinks worked out in this mess that the college football has right now,
Right.
and actually, which I don't know on the basketball side of things, but football side of things, you only got one window now to transfer, and that's in January, and it's like a 10-day window. There is no transferring after spring training now, like they have been the previous years, and you've got your coaches in a mess when you have 10 or 15 players or 20 players bail out and go.
Mm-hmm. You
So
get your bowl game and everybody saying, hit the transfer portal. And like,
so now
I'm going to go play.
now you got that window, only one window, which is good. And that starts in January, a 10-day window. And then I don't know if it goes in effect this fall or whatever, that executive order that Trump did. Only 5 years playing, no more than that.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you a red shirt year or medical or whatever. And then one transfer, unless the coach, what I was looking at, unless the coach that recruits you leaves, then you can leave, which to me is fair.
Yeah.
To me, it's fair. This transferring and playing 3 and 4 times in 5 years it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You don't build no. How can a player grow doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're playing with 3, 4, 5 different systems. You ain't growing. You ain't got no growth. You got your talent, but as far as growth of knowing the knowledge of the position you're playing, especially as a quarterback or something, it didn't make no sense.
And it's one thing, the one thing that really I have a problem with, it's like most of those players that's playing, they're not paying for they're on a scholarship. So you're messing up money for somebody else that could have actually been there. If
That's
I spend I'm 1 year, I'm at, let's say, I'm at Rutgers this year, and I transfer to Syracuse next year, and the year after that, I'm at Boston College. You have messed up somebody. They could have had somebody like Boston College could have brought in a player, and they've been there 4 years and developed them. It's one thing if everybody had the same price, but everybody don't have the same price. Some schools are higher than others, some are lower. So it's like you're messing up scholarships that somebody else could be having.
And then too, you got the Neal money, and this wrinkle will be ironed out. Okay, now they're kind of signing like contracts. Okay,
Yeah,
2 or 3 year deals now. If they leave, I don't know if it's in the contract they have to pay that money back, but if not, it will be eventually.
they might not have to pay it back. It might be because the Neal is everywhere. If I'm like I said, if I'm at West Virginia, I got so much Neal money, but now I'm going to Rutgers. Yeah. Oh, bigger school, get some more Neal money.
But that Neal money comes from that bank. Each university's got their own funding account.
Yeah,
to pay the players. So now they were getting a lot of that. We're getting it up front. That's like Manning, Arch Manning. What was it? $7 million starting out. $7 million is what he got. So, to me, if you leave, you should have to pay that money back because that money was donated and given so you can come to play at university.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's kind of like, out in the workforce somewhere. I'm just going to use a hospital as an example, like in the medical field. Some hospitals will try to get people to go to their hospital to work, and you may get a signing bonus of $20,000, but you have to work there for 3 years. If you leave before that 3 years, you have to pay that money back.
Mm-hmm.
It should be the same way with those college players. If they leave that university, they should have to pay that money back.
Yep.
Because you was obligated. They're paying you to come play at that university. Okay. So, but now I think here's the thing. What they done with the only one-time transfer and what they done with just the one window, you won't have all these players jumping back and forth.
Yeah.
And I don't have it written down, I don't think. I had it written down when I was doing that paperwork. And it didn't do the last 2 years. I had from 2018 to 24 the numbers of people that hit the transfer portal in NCAA. In 24, you had 3,800 or 3,700 players hit the transfer portal, and it kept. And then you went to 23, it was like, what was it? Close to 3,000. And then 22, it was like 2,500. So it kept going up, up.
Yeah, more people were transferring.
But now, see, you had a big jump in 21 because 21, that's when they started doing the kneel.
So
everybody was going back and forth, doing that money and everything else, going for that money. So 21 is when the kneel started. And I didn't realize this until I was doing, like I said, I was doing this paperwork. The reason these players are getting paid now is because of the state of California. The state of California in 2019 passed an act. It was called, Pay to Play Act. A Fair Pay to Play Act. Fair Pay to Play Act. So the state of California made it so the NCAA and the state of California had to pay the college players. So that's what turned into what they call now is the kneel legislation. So that's the reason your players are getting paid now. And then it was last year when they changed it to all of them had to be. Now the NCAA done this, I think, from what I've seen when I was doing my research, made it to where you had all of them had to be scholarship players. But then, like for football, that dropped your number down because of money wise, I guess. Instead of having 120 football players on the roster with 85 of them scholarship players, they got 105 on the roster, and all of them have to be scholarship players as far as football.
But see, I understand that because it's like, take Emmitt Smith's son for instance. I don't care how smart he got 4.5 average. They working with the extra credit where you can get over a 4.0 now. But he could be the smartest person ever. He ain't gonna get no scholarship because his dad is Emmitt Smith. It's like, why are they giving you a scholarship? You can afford to pay for this. They're not gonna give him a scholarship.
No, and here's my thing. He didn't get drafted. You were talking about Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, he also didn't get drafted.
The who was that? Who was that picked him? The Chiefs picked. No, wasn't she? Yeah, Chiefs.
I thought it was the Cardinals.
Or Cardinals?
No. I think it is the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. The Chiefs picked him up just from the. So I don't know how that's going. I ain't paid attention. Yeah, I mean college. They're going to get the crinkles out with this. It's going on. I'm just curious to see.
But here's the thing. To an extent, I like the kneel and I don't like the kneel because it's really not fair. And the reason why I say that, okay, let's just take it for that. If you and I went to barber school, we got to pay for going to barber school. And not only do we have to pay, you have to do so many clinical hours. So we got to cut so many hairs for free. So I was like, if we cut a normal haircut on somebody, that would have been like about $25. We don't get that $25. That $25 isn't taken off of the school. The school keeps that money. Now, true enough, the college games was costing money, and they do get money from the the TV deals and all that, and the school was keeping that money. Mm-hmm. So now they have to actually give that money to the players. But, I mean, like, shouldn't that money go towards paying their school? I mean, they're already there on the scholarship. Most of them, they are already on full scholarships. And it's like, I don't know. You got your pluses and your minuses. The stuff I agree with, and then there's other stuff that I don't.
Well, now see, a lot of that Neil money is coming from, like, just say for instance, um, like I wanted to see somebody come to WVU.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain player. All right, I'm gonna give you $5 million to come play for my alma mater in this school. So that's where the Neil money's coming from. It's like boosters. So
Right.
like instance, Pat McAfee, he raised I think $60 million for what they call it is the it's called something fund, the Mountaineer Fund or something, or for West Virginia. That is to pay the players for Neil. So he
Right.
raised
I
$60
get
million.
that. But here's the thing. What about all that money they're making already from the TV deals? Where's that money going? You got boosters raising the money, but I'm like, there is already money there. Where's that money going?
Well, West Virginia ain't making no money. They ain't made no money in a while. They ain't won in a while. People don't realize about 2 years ago, they cut all kinds of programs up there at WVU.
Mm-hmm.
8 or 10 like academic programs because of funding and money and stuff. And I'm just wondering how much, when the years that West Virginia was doing good in football. Let me tell you what, I don't care what they say. Unless you're a basketball school, football brings in the money.
Mm-hmm.
And how much of that money was overflowing to help other programs? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now they got to play players and different other things. I don't know how that's going to work, which West Virginia has not done good in football in a while. So we'll see how. I don't know how that works as far as that goes on different things. But that's just something I guess you can take consideration. I don't know how it works. All right, moving right along, we'll get over to some NFL talking. The NFL's always got their little bit of drama, like the women's NBA. It's always a little bit of drama in the NFL. And here's my thing. What in the world is the Ravens thinking?
I know, picking up Diego.
I mean, but now here's the thing. I did read an article. What's his name? The coach for the Ravens. I can't think of his name right now. The new head coach.
It begin with an M. His last name began with an M.
He used to help coach at Vanderbilt a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew the coaches there. He was beside of them and helped them coach and stuff. So he talked to them personally to see what he was like in the facility and everything else. They said that he was the first person there at the stadium for practice. He was early at workouts. He was good on the field and everything else. But he's another Johnny Manziel. I don't know how to keep his mouth shut. And then here's the funny thing is, and I don't know why in the world anybody would be taking the opinion from Johnny Manziel. That's the last person I'd be talking to. And Johnny Manziel said he'll take Diego will end up taking Lamar Jackson's job. I said, all right, the dude's only 5'10". Did you know that?
Right.
Diego's
he's a little bit on the short side. But my thing is, he'll take his job in about 7 or 8 years when he retires.
He won't be in the league in 7, 8 years. Diego will be gone. He'll be gone somewhere else. But let's see here. Some news that says Mahomes will be on track to start his first OTAs. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Let's see here. Evidently, I guess the Raiders are praying. I mean, they're going to put Mendoza in the fire. I mean, it's looking like he's going to start. So let's see. So the Colts are declining Richardson's 27 option.
Yep, I seen that.
I seen Andy Reid was talking about that one running back that they drafted. I think it was. I have to go. Hold on, Emmerich. That one running back they drafted, Emmerich, I think's his name.
Uh,
He compared him a little bit to Sean McCoy. Was it LaShawn McCoy? Remember him, the running back? He compared him to him a little bit, which Andy Reid used to coach him, if you remember, in Philly.
Yep.
Let me see. I'm trying to bring this up. Here we go. Let's try to find my Chiefs app here. Man, that's a lot of rookies. I don't know how's that work. I mean, they got you got the rookie mini camp and everything going on. How many days is that? Is that a week's worth or what? How's that work?
I never took the time to look that up. I wonder what that is too. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to show you the photo. This is the photo. This is a photo rookie mini camp day 3. If you can see that, you see how many players is on there?
Oh yeah.
So that's everybody there trying to make the team. Well, except unless you're drafted, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was just curious with that, how that worked. All right, Emmett Johnson is the guy I was talking about. That Andy Reid was talking about comparing him to LaShawn McCoy. And then you got, let's see, what you got with your Cowboys?
I haven't even honestly looked. I just believe it alone.
You ain't going to dive into it, get your hopes up, right?
Yeah, I said I'll talk about Jerry and start dogging Jerry or giving him his praise when they start playing. We'll see how they look. If they losing, get to dogging them. If they winning, give him his praise.
Now, talk about Bo Nix. He got hurt. What was that foot injury? You remember what it was?
He broke a bone in his foot.
Gotcha. I just wondering how.
And I got to give it up to Bo Nix because Bo Nix thought, and it was team doctors that said no, even though he had broke his foot like earlier in the game, and he just played through it.
He played through it, yeah.
And he thought he was going to play next week, and they said, "Oh no, you're not."
Yeah. So I'm just curious, man. This is about the time I start getting excited for season to start, to see these players, these new rookies that come in, and these other teams and everything, just to see how they're going to do. Like I said, it's hard for me to get excited for the Chiefs because, we got Kenneth Walker, we got a good running back, but they didn't address their O-line. So it's hard for me to get excited when you didn't fix a problem that you had.
Right. They might have been trying. They thought they could sign some undrafted free agent lineman.
Which I know they brought one in. They brought one in, okay, from free agency. But to me, man, I'd have been – I didn't – they loaded up on defense. First 3 picks were defense, which is okay. You got another defensive tackle, which you got Chris Jones. Then you got another edge rusher, and then you got a safety. I was kind of like, all right, why? You brought a safety over from Baltimore, but then you went 3 offensive players next after that. Something we mentioned. I mentioned Kareem Hunt. Well, they haven't brought him back yet, so he's on like a free agent.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
He's a free agent, which I see them bringing him back for just another year from a year basis.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Really, why wouldn't they? Because I mean, look what he done on their third and fourth down yardage. He
Right.
was like 95, 98% on getting the first down.
He's probably out there testing the waters. He probably still wants to start.
Yeah. But I think his role like that, as far as being a starting back, which I mean, he got a lot of playing time.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially when what's his name was hurt. I
yeah,
can't even remember what his name is, but it's like
Pacheco.
Pacheco.
Which he's back. He's with Detroit. Yep. I could see him doing pretty good in Detroit. Detroit's got a pretty good offensive line. So, which says now you don't have Montgomery there now. Montgomery's gone, so you got
Gibbs. He went to Houston.
Houston, I think. Yeah. So now you've got Gibbs and Pacheco, which Pacheco will do pretty good because Pacheco can catch the ball coming out of the backfield as well. So
right.
But it just all depends. Last year the Lions had new offensive coordinator and new defensive coordinator. So we'll see what happens. That's like I think Chicago could win that division. Maybe.
No, I'm going with that too because I was like the Vikings still their quarterback situation is still shaky. I'm like
the Packers is one of those. They're one of those teams that's going to be right there, but they're going to keep falling short. I'm not a big Love fan. I mean, as far as a quarterback, I mean, he can keep you in ball games. He can win some. He's not going to, I don't think, take you over the top. And I don't know what the Lions without their unless they get in the groove. I see Chicago winning that division, and then in your division, I know you don't want to hear it. I've done said it once. I can see the Giants winning that division.
Just because they got a coach, it's still the same Giant mentality up there. Loser mentality. They ain't going nowhere.
No. You missed it. You're missing the thing. The games that they lost last year, they were in, and their two best players are out hurt. Now think about that. Okay, you had your running back, your rookie running back out hurt. You had your number one receiver out hurt, and with the rookie quarterback was still in ball games. It could have won.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then you get Harbaugh, who's a defensive guy pretty much. I mean, he likes defense. All right. So, and then they drafted defense heavy, and drafted a little bit with offense. So, yeah, I could see them winning that division.
They finished 3-14 last year. I see him going 7-9.
Nah. He's going to be the coach of the year.
7-10.
He's going to be the coach of the year. And you watch, see what a lot of them games, like I said, the Giants, they were in those ball games. And they just, I mean, they was hanging with teams they shouldn't have been hanging with.
Right. But it's just going to be the same thing like just like last year.
No, you don't have Dable there. You don't have Dable there to mess it up.
They'll be in the games, but they'll have their star players hurt.
You don't got Dable there to mess it up. But I would say, well, yeah, he's been to what, 2 championships? Harbaugh?
No, I only know one because they won it
with Ray. He won it with. He was there 20 years. Yeah, he won it with. He was there too. Won, lost one probably. No, he won. No,
because the Ravens ain't never lost one. When they won, they won. He only went there once.
Was that when that was when Joe Flacco won it?
Well, Flacco was there when he had Flacco.
What is this? 26. Okay, he got there right after the Ravens won the one before.
Yeah, because the one before was I forgot what his name was, but he was an offensive player, and he was so mad. He's like, the football gods are messing with us. He says, I'm an offensive player, but they gave me this awesome defense, and Tony Dungy was a defensive player, and he had that awesome offense. But I can't remember what his name was, but he won the first one with Trent Dilfer. And this
I
other
remember
one.
that. I remember that. Let's see here. Let's see what this says here.
But I only remember the Ravens winning just those two.
All right, he just won that one. All right, he was there 18. I thought he was there 20 years. He was there 18.
No, that's more like Coughlin was there at Tomlin did 20 years at Pitt.
So, he's been there. But now let me tell you what, they won that Super Bowl because of Ray Lewis and that defense.
Yep.
Defense wins championships, like I always say. Defense wins championships. But let's see. Anything else with the NFL? What you with the draft players?
No, I got nothing.
All right, we're about at the end of this episode. Like we always do, if you're thinking about harming or hurting yourself, dial 988, the quick number, and then dial 1. That's the crisis line. Or you can dial as soon as Beans gets it up here.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's like I don't know what happened.
Just remember that quick number, 988.
988, but it's not working. It's like I'm pushing the button, but it's not working.
It's the National Crisis Hotline. Dial 1. They'll get you in contact to the resources that you need. Or if you're a veteran, go to your local VA medical center, go to the ER or wherever, and they'll get you. They got people there, even on call. If it's after hours, you think after hours, go to the ER. They got people on call. They'll get you in resources that you need. Don't be afraid to take that step, help someone if you see a change in behavior or anything else, and just help them out. Beans don't know how to operate his equipment.
I don't know. Everything this morning just came up. It wasn't working. I couldn't bring the theme song up. In fact, I can't even find where it went.
We need to get some readers. Actually, I got some. I'll give you a pair next time I get back to work. I'm going to give you some readers and see if they don't help you.
I know, right? Because I couldn't get – and then I think my mouses, I got one of them cordless mouses. And I think because I had to use the laptop thing, because that mouse went – I think it's dead. So that might be my problem right there. The mouse needs to be charged.
All right. You got anything else?
I got nothing.
Well, y'all stay safe. Have a good week, and we'll be live Sunday night at 9.
All righty.
Y'all have a good one.
Yep.
We're still on the air, dude.
Yeah, the button is not taking us off. I have no idea what's going on with this system today. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to just cut the computer off. That's the only way it is. This button is not working. Oh, I thought it just worked.